top relationship resolutions for 2025. Grab your stick, grab your drink. Let's get into this thing right now.
Pop it, smoke it, drink it down. With your voice, it got Jeff around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current events, we let them flow.
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy JB coming right back at you, and you know what it is. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the real cigar Jeff. Y'all do me a favor, man. Look below in the description. All of my social media, all of my information is below. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, guys. I appreciate all of our followers, man, especially around the holidays, still tuning in to us, man. And I'm telling y'all, we just gonna grow and grow and grow in 2025. Our topic tonight is the top resolution for relationships in 2025, man. Me and RMB LMBT, my resident relationship expert, have made it through another podcast year, and we gonna recap some of our top advice to y'all for 2025 to help do a quick summation so y'all can be ready to head into 2025. 2024 was a rough one on relationships, and we hope in 2025 they're going to come out on the other side. But before we get into this, y'all know I got to bring in my resident relationship expert, introduce her to y'all again. Now, she a little bit under the weather, but she come through for her brother, man. I'm going to introduce herself and let y'all know whatever she's sipping on, if anything, right now, if she just trying to make it through the podcast.
That's it.
Go ahead, Ryan.
That's it. No, I just thanks for having me back. I just got me some tea. I'm just some puka tea that I'm sipping on. See if I can get it on this chest. You know, that's what I get for going to church, but that's a whole nother story.
Y'all gotta understand, man. Y'all hear cough now. Y'all don't y'all forgive her, but she don't want to let her brother down, man. So
Oh,
I appreciate that.
mm,
Somebody else would have called in sick.
I
Somebody
should
else would have
have.
called in sick. Because I called in sick the other week. I couldn't make it. I appreciate Rhonda being home, man. Y'all gotta understand. She's sipping the tea. I don't know if she got nothing in it. But
No,
y'all know
I didn't put nothing in.
she
I ain't
goes
trying to have no hot
she
flash
goes
tonight.
she goes she gonna stay well hydrated. Let's keep that cough going. I'm gonna be quick with y'all. I'm smoking my Buffalo Trace cigar. Y'all know I got my Angel's Envy triple oak. I don't want y'all to think I'm doing the regular. There it is right there. Now y'all go ahead and Google that thing. I'm doing the Angel Envy triple oak. And boy, that thing a little strong, so I gotta be careful with it. I gotta be careful with that. That Bibb and Tucker didn't do me right the last couple of weeks. I said I gotta get something. I gotta get something with a little bit more oak to it. I gotta taste a
Mm.
little bit more woodiness, more smoke, a little bit more sauce. I
We
got
gonna
that.
detox your liver in 2025.
It already in detox
No, it
by the
ain't.
Holy Ghost. By the Holy Ghost. Hey, look. So man, look, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in. I tasked Rhonda. I said, Rhonda,
Mm.
we gonna do our greatest hits tonight. And Rhonda been out there in the streets having big fun with the wretched. So you know what? she got to come. Now she got to come home and do the podcast. But we gonna just take some turns on what some of our top resolutions for relationships should be for y'all, man. And we gonna have some fun with this, and we gonna get out of here. Cause we won't be on next week. Cause we gonna be bringing in our new year. She gonna be bringing in her new year. I'll be bringing in my new year, and we gonna jump right into this thing. Y'all do me a favor, man. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all relationship resolution are gonna be for 2025. So, Rhonda, when you got the topic, what's the first one that you wrote down?
You already know. You said don't write it 5 times. So I said don't ... if you're not ready.
Okay.
Don't
That dot mean. Go ahead and tell them, Rhonda.
what? Don't do it. But if I'm
Don't do what?
saying don't
Don't
do
do
it
it.
if you ain't ready.
Don't do what? No, you can go ahead and be specific. Go ahead and tell them the M word.
What? Don't get
Go ahead and
married?
what you always say.
What?
Don't get married, right?
Yeah,
So,
don't. I
Rhonda,
mean, I'm saying don't be married. Don't be in a relationship.
Now Rhonda's saying,
if you're
don't be
not ready.
married,
Hmm.
don't be in a relationship if you not ready. Now, guys, she coming in hot because again, right? One of the things, if y'all have been listening to our long form content, and I appreciate everybody who has, I'm gonna tell you, man, that's a big one. Because right, some of us are trying to force relationships into our lives, and we're not ready. That's what she's saying, guys. You're not
Hmm.
ready for one,
Hmm.
right? Anything that happened prematurely is never good. So she said it right. Well, kind of give me your thoughts on that one, since that was your first one.
Well, because when we look at the culmination of our podcast subject this year, since it has been relationship focused, um, we know that's not gonna happen. Because
Mm-hmm.
people gonna get in relationships, whether they're feeling lonely, whether they feel like they need to be with somebody, whether their parents and family said you better have somebody, better be this, be that. Um, so the reason why I say don't dot 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 unless you're ready, because at the end of the day, are any of us really ready for a relationship, or are we addressing some of the things that we find short within ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
trying to
Mm-hmm.
fulfill through someone else, which is never going to work? But hey, why not do it anyway?
And guys, I'm gonna tell you, that's a big one, man. That's a big one. I guess that can sum up a lot of what we talked about over these past 12 months. Is if you're not ready, that's a good
Yeah,
caveat.
that's why I put if you're
Like,
not ready. Hmm.
you need to work on yourself. You need to work on yourself, and then decide you're gonna get into the relationship, because more than likely, if you work on yourself, you're gonna attract somebody else who's working on themselves. Because y'all got to remember, like attracts like, right? And so, unlike in math, two negatives don't make it a positive,
And
right?
toxic attracts toxic.
And toxic attracts toxic, right? And so I think one of the things you guys are going to find, that I like what Rhonda said, until you're ready. See, a lot of people think on this podcast we're anti-relationship. We're not anti-relationship. We're just letting y'all know all the work that need to go in. You won't go to a doctor that wouldn't go to training. Well, why would you get in a relationship if you hadn't had the proper training? So I like that one, Rhonda. Don't get into a relationship. Don't get married until you're ready. I'm gonna jump into the one that
Hmm.
I'm gonna start with, which is really understanding the person that you're with. And what do I mean? We talked about a lot of stuff, Rhonda, but one of the things that took me, that really has just immersed me, and I may not even go beyond this. How much are you involved in astrology and numerology in your relationship? Guys, that podcast that we did on astrology and
Change your life, did it?
numerology
Change your life.
changed everything, guys. Because, we tied it to the celebrity breakups, but we also tied it to the not Travis Hunter. Sorry, guys. I did not want to bring up Travis Hunter. That was not my point. Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift.
Hmm.
And one of the things you guys are going to find is, if you go back to where, when I started that podcast, and the article that I was reading said 87 is his number, 13
Hmm.
is her album,
Hmm.
and I was kind of taking it as a joke around. It was like, nah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
And guys, I can tell you, ever since we did that podcast, astrology and numerology, tarot cards, psychic reading, all that kind of stuff. I ain't telling you to get rid of your tradition. In lieu of that, I'm
Well, how the
telling you to
planets
add
are
this in.
aligned, how the
How the
planets
planets
are
are
aligned.
aligned.
Yes,
Yes.
like that type of stuff. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
something
guys.
that you can't change. That's something
Look,
you cannot change. What time you were born, what day you were born, none of that.
guys, and I'm gonna tell y'all like this. That was the one podcast. That's why I'm coming in hot, hot, hot with that one. Rhonda said, "Don't get married until you're ready," and all this. And this probably comes into that. But now, when I talk to people, and shout out to PB, man. My book just showed up on my doorstep.
Oh, you
Book
got
of
it.
birthday.
Oh,
Yeah, man, got my book.
you've been in it, ain't you? You've
Rhonda,
been in it.
Rhonda introduced me. Rhonda introduced me to it, y'all, back in November, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all, it like, why am I trying to guess what people are?
Yes, Lord, stop it.
When it's right here. When it's right here. All right. And they can say it ain't them. They can say that it ain't true.
Yeah.
But guys, I'm gonna tell you like this. That thing is no joke. And I think one of the top resolutions that people must do is involving numerology, astrology, and knowing when these planets are. in retrograde and all that kind of
Well, just
stuff.
getting a birth chart reading, just getting your
Birth
neonatal
chart,
birth
yeah.
chart
Go ahead,
reading,
Rodney, jump in there.
it'll
Yeah.
change your life. Yeah, you get a birth chart
Mm-hmm.
reading. As scared as I was of it, because I said, "Oh Lord, I'm going to HEWLL, not just
Guys, we still scared.
HEWL, the
We still scared to
HEWELL."
go to hell. We
Yeah,
still
right.
scared to go to hell, y'all. So
Because you ain't posted now. I don't care. It's what it is. So, but no, something as simple as that will let you know why you are the way you are. And it's something simple enough. It's nothing taboo. Anything taboo has been put in you. And so
mm-hmm.
until you get revelation for your own, and don't box yourself in because somebody else is scared or something, scared of the truth. But
Absolutely.
you can't lie about
Absolutely.
what time you were born, when you were born, what day you were born, and where the planets were when you were born. That's a real thing. Do with that what
Absolutely.
you will.
That's that's my point, guys. Look, go back and listen to that podcast on numerology and astrology, guys. That thing had me that thing had me going, okay? And that's what I want you guys to see. Go back, make sure that's a key. Y'all will make sure you go to church. You'll make sure you know where the person went to school at, what his degree is in, what his job is, and all this kind of
Hmm.
stuff. But at the end of the day, guys, if you don't know this stuff, you can't see it. Your relationship should have a seen round, and then you got to get into this unseen round. And I got to tell y'all, I have been convicted. I have been changed. I have been made as white as snow when it comes to this stuff because you've been fighting, 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 thinking like, what in the hell? Why can't I connect? Like, why are we fighting for no reason?
You ain't even supposed
And
to be
all of
together.
well, right here's the deal. But also too, whether it be your relationship or whether it be your colleagues, guys, right?
Hmm.
You
It's
shouldn't be
anything.
hating
It's
it's
anything.
anything, guys. Family,
Hmm.
work, or relationship. Or
Hmm.
relationship. Ronald, what's your next one?
So I said, since people they gonna be in a relationship regardless, even though I said no. Um, since you're gonna do it anyway, my next one is to be open. Be open about
Mm-hmm.
be open about what they're bringing to the table. Um, ain't nobody saying, you got to be outrageous, but at least be open to who they are. Be open to finding whatever type of love or relationship you're looking for.
Yep,
But
yep.
still, it leads back to you being ready for that. And if you don't know yourself, you doggone sure don't need to be in no relationship, because
Mm-hmm.
then that
Mm-hmm.
person is going to define you, and then you're going to be mad, resentful
Yep.
when you
Yep.
look up 2 months later or 2 weeks later, and it's
No, you
like now, and I saw where KD wore a shirt. I don't even know if that hoodie was right. I don't know. Did you see that hoodie when he got off the plane? Did you see that? That
nah. What he
he F's
say?
on the first night. He F's on the first night. That's y'all business
No.
if y'all do that. But be open. That's all I'm saying. Just be open.
True. So true. So true. So true. Now, guys, look, Rhonda telling y'all, man, like, honestly, so often because we're so rooted in tradition, and Rhonda says something all the time, when it becomes Americanized, we just get it wrong, right? Why do I have to be fake? And that goes to my next one. If y'all go back to the podcast that we did, top signs you're in a fake relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Top signs you are in a fake relationship. That piggybacks off of where I'm going with this thing, guys, because honestly, what Ron is talking about, it being open. Like, guys, look, always learn to tell the truth. We done got caught lying to each other so much. And then once you get into these relationships formally, Rhonda, now I got to deal in the truth. Well, we don't know how to deal in the truth because we've been lying to each other the whole time.
I
Now
told
that
you
I
we love to
got
be
you,
lied to.
love to be lied to. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, go back and look at that podcast. Top signs you were in a fake relationship. Rhonda and I broke that thing down, guys. And you don't want to be in a fake relationship. One of the things Cat Williams said at the beginning of 2024, this was going to be the year of exposure. And damn if everything didn't break loose in 2024.
I bet he read.
Now,
I bet he pay attention to the planet.
well, I'm going to tell you like this, guys. He did it at the celebrity level, which means if you ain't careful in 2025, it's going to be down here with the normal people level like us.
Oh, it's been hitting the
So
normal
just,
people. We've
no,
been getting our bell wrong.
well, Rhonda, that's what I'm saying. People got to understand. People got to understand. Go and look at that podcast on fake versus real. And one of the things that's hurting a lot of people, one of the things that's hurting a lot of people is that they in fake relationships calling it real.
Mm-hmm.
That's my second one. That's my second. I told Ron I ain't gonna keep it long tonight.
Mm.
Because again, guys, some of these this is all about which podcast we really enjoyed doing and ones we took away from. Ron, what's your next
No, I like how you're taking it back to a certain podcast. So my next one is um, listen,
one? Okay.
straight up, listen. Since you're gonna be open, listen to what the person is saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't ignore the yellow flags, the red flags. Pay attention to the beige,
What is
cause they just laced with the red behind it. But it's so
Mm-hmm.
and so no, listen, learn yourself, right? See what you can tolerate. What you do feel like, oh, I could get with this. I don't mind this person being in my space and like just I don't mind. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
so so listen, we got two ears for a reason.
And I think that's what you guys gotta understand. I'm glad Rhonda brought that in. But I want to piggyback before I come to my next one.
Mm,
What you listening to? Right? So just understand if you can't see through what this person is saying, when you listen, guys, listen for understanding. Don't listen for responding. The one thing we got taught in sales, shout out Sandwich Sales Institute, listen, acknowledge, explore, respond. Right? Y'all got to make sure. I'm just piggybacking. That ain't. I'm not. That's
that's
not
not
my
your
one.
part.
But Rhonda
Yes.
said.
Hmm.
But what Rhonda said, guys, is true. Okay. So one of the things you guys are gonna find is that people struggle because they're listening for responding. They're not listening to actually understand. Stephen Covey says seek first to understand before you try to be understood. When we didn't got into these formal relationships, well now it's time to sit down and listen.
What was those
And
four
that's
things you
also
named? What was those four things you named?
listen, acknowledge, explore, which means ask some questions, make sure,
Mm-hmm.
and then respond.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's called the Lair concept. Y'all go Sandler. This ain't Jeff Barnes. This Sandler talking to you. Right? So so the next one, the next one I'm gonna go to is
Mm-hmm.
the one next one I'm gonna go to is don't try to turn for all the fellas. This is strictly for the fellas. And I guess I could just be for the ladies too.
Yes.
Okay, this for the ladies too. Get away with trying to make your partner a domestic servant.
Okay.
Right? A lot of a lot of people, she better know how to cook, she better know how to clean, she better know how to do all of this, she better know how to do all that. I'm gonna go back to it, Ron. I enjoyed doing the Trad Wives podcast
Of course you did.
because every trad wife, no, no,
Oh,
every trad wife. Remember when we did it, Ron? They doing content. They're making money off of telling you about an image.
right.
They're not doing it for
Lying.
free, guys. Trad wives, that trad wife movement, guys. Do you
Mm.
know how expensive it is to have a traditional wife? That was one of the fun. That was one of the most fun
Again,
ones I did because
Americanized and people love to be lied to.
they love to be lied to.
Make your own
If you
paper.
want, if that woman, look, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all like this, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm a little bit out of it. Reason I'm telling y'all this, I had to learn about the cooking with Kaya. Cooking with Kaya. I'm like, what the hell is cooking with
Yeah, who was
Kaya?
that?
So she got this whole TikTok thing where she's cooking these country boy meals
Mm.
and is telling these women how they need to cook for their man.
Oh
And when
Lord.
she makes these meals up, she cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya. And one of the things that falls right into the trad wife thing, Rhonda, because with the trad wife, she's making content out of it. If y'all think these women are going to be domesticated servants for y'all, making y'all all these meals, cleaning the house and doing all that for free, either she got to be making content with you or you got to be paying her. Jump in there, Rhonda. Let me know what you think about the trad
Man,
wife
you know
one.
how I felt about
Actually,
that doggone podcast. And I didn't see it seemed like I don't know if we like Cat Williams and before the trend or whatever.
uh-huh,
But
uh-huh,
I don't know if it was my new favorite show, Law and Order SVU, or if it was one of my FBI shows. And that was the doggone concept. And they were killing these
uh-huh,
women because he needed his wife to them women to be just like his wife who had died. Trad, right? And that was the term though. It was about
uh-huh,
trad wives.
uh-huh.
So no, listen. Okay, make your paper. Go ahead on, make your paper. But the sad thing is, people are gonna believe that who they're not doing content.
Absolutely, guys. You
That's
look,
the
guys.
thing.
If you listening to Kevin Samuels, you listening to Dr. Umar, you're listening to all these people. Okay, Fresh Fit. You listening to Myron. You listening to all the guys. I ain't hating on them, but guys, a traditional wife is a business. That's look. Your granddaddy and your great granddaddy made sure your grandmama didn't have to worry about nothing. Just
And so
know that
meals
when you
should be cooked. Meals should be
man,
be prepared.
no, but
That
see,
ain't
Ron, that's
different.
why I'm a little bit different. That's why I'm a little bit different. We should be knowing where we going out. Like guys, learn how to be served. Like, because the more she's doing that for you, the more she hates you. See, and a lot of people missing that. The more she's doing that for you, the more she hates you. Guys, let's go back now. Let's go back. Most of these people, when they're cooking for you, cleaning for you, all this stuff, that resentment is building. That resentment is building. And just know when they go out in the quote unquote real world, they meeting people who saying you ain't got to do all that. You ain't got to do all that. I need everybody to Google what a white elephant is, right? If you Google what a white elephant is, back in those days, how did you weaken a king? You gave him a white elephant as a gift because he could not turn it down. He had to have a white elephant, right? You cannot turn down a white
Is that
elephant.
why
What's
they
the old
do it
saying?
in jobs? They
Right, look,
always gonna have a white elephant party.
where you got to have a white elephant because all the white elephant does is bring more notoriety to you of how big of a king you are. And all that white elephant does is eat and eat and eat. It don't do nothing else. It's a vanity symbol. And a lot of y'all
Sounds
don't
about right.
understand that. A lot of y'all don't understand that if you're going to get married or if you're going to be in a serious relationship, if you turn that person into a servant, the servant hates the master. The
Yeah.
servant hates the master. And if you're not letting them if you're not letting them do content so it can turn into a business. So when y'all look, dude, this cooking with Kaya thing got me going crazy because I did not know she even existed. And she's cooking these meals, and you got these guys coming home saying, I want you to cook like this. Well, she's a content creator. She's not a chef. She's making money by cooking these meals. And now it's got these guys saying, I'm going to come home and make my wife do that or make my girl do that. And it doesn't work like that. Jump in there, Rhonda. What's your next
My next one is get enough sleep.
one? Ooh, the sleep divorce one. You going right back to that one did hit home, didn't it? I ain't slept good since the sleep divorce.
Get enough sleep, man. That's gonna be something in my regular. Like, okay, I know you like to watch certain stuff before you go to bed, whether it's news or one of the late shows, whatever, basketball, whatever. Ronnie, go to sleep and go to sleep. See what your Fitbit
Guys, we
say in the
talking about
morning. See what your Fitbit say in the
run.
morning.
Rhonda, you hit. We just did that sleep divorce one, guys. We
I've been
just
telling
did that
everybody
sleep
about it.
divorce.
Yeah. Because guess what?
Guys,
After you
look,
had to be open and you got to listen, you better get some sleep so you can process all this stuff.
guys, go get you some sleep. That podcast, that
And
podcast.
hopefully the money
Okay.
will follow.
Well, because guess what? How many of us are just angry because we sleep deprived?
Mm-hmm.
We just sleep deprived. Maybe the
Liver
person that
needs to be
you
detoxed.
live a straight.
No, it ain't. Get you some milk thistle. Go get you some milk thistle.
Mm-mm, my liver straight,
No,
guys.
it ain't.
I'm telling y'all right. I'm telling y'all right now. I'm telling y'all right now, go back and watch that sleep divorce from Roddy. Like, man, when we did that podcast and I'm reading this stuff and I'm like, oh my God, before I get angry at somebody, whether it be relationship, family, or business, Jeff, are you just sleeping? Are you mad because you didn't get any sleep? And guys, that sleep divorce podcast was a good one.
Ain't
Now,
nobody
I'm
gonna
glad
pick
you
you
brought
up
up
and
that.
pat you on the back. Ain't nobody gonna pick you up and pat you
Shoot,
on the back like they do
guys,
little babies.
guys, do not do, and ain't nobody gonna rock you to sleep. You
Mm-mm.
gonna have to carve out time to get you some sleep. Okay. And as you get older, you're going to sleep less, right? And you're not going to sleep traditionally, is what I'm saying. I tell
Mm-hmm.
people all the time, I get 3 and 4 hour naps here and there, 2 hour naps here and there. I don't know when the last time I slept 8 hours, 9 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I make sure that I'm not making any important decisions with a lack of sleep after listening to that podcast. That's a good one, right? Now, Ron, I'm gonna tell you this one, Ron.
Mm-hmm.
We going rapid fire on this thing. Micro cheating. Remember, we did the podcast
Mm-hmm.
on micro cheating. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you're not guilty of micro cheating for your resolution for 2025, guys. That micro cheating, work wife, work husband, things that may be sitting out there that's getting close to that line, right? Rhonda said it. Be open, listen, right? Because if not, the only thing left is micro cheating. Jump in there, Rhonda. What you think? Let's see if you remember that micro cheating one. You
No,
remember the topic, bro?
I do remember the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but again, it's like that trend that they got going on now. Um, we listen and we don't judge. Or one of my
That's funny.
favorites, them suspect videos.
You suspect
Suspects, da,
challenge.
da, 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 and they, it's like it hits home just enough to catch your attention. That's how I feel about
Mm-hmm.
micro cheating. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yep.
just something like those little stabs that you just like, oh yeah,
Yep.
you don't think about it, and it's like, we were talking how I said on my phone, my little text message, like the first line or so will pop up on my
Yeah,
phone.
that
You're like, oh
preview.
yeah, nah, man, I
You
don't
don't
have
want
that.
that preview popping up.
I said, I don't have
You
nobody
don't want
checking
that
my phone.
preview.
I don't have nobody checking my phone. Who gonna pick up my phone? So, but I could see if you're in a relationship, you just don't know. What may not doesn't mean that you're cheating, but
Yeah, everybody should get rid of the preview text message. Why am I saying that? Not because you're cheating, but because you need to control when you watch your phone. If that preview is there, whatever you're going through is going to take your
well,
attention.
I need to see if it's
It's going
worth
to take.
me opening. That's all. I'm like, oh yeah,
No, no,
I
no.
ain't talking
I'm
about
gonna
nothing.
open it when I'm ready. I'm gonna open it when I'm ready to do text.
And I don't
Okay,
know how
guys.
true it is. There was this story, it was on Cam Newton's page, and it was talking about, I don't know which college this young man was from, but he sent an illicit picture to the coach's daughter, and he
He
lost.
Coach Jordan because he knew he was gonna get into
But
the transfer portal because he wasn't playing.
did you want this horse though?
Yes, yeah, guys. Just know before you send stuff like that. Just know if people are looking at the previews
So yeah, so the
of their
microchip,
text
yeah,
before you send them.
yeah. So yeah. So
So
it's
right, that was my one. The micro cheating one, guys. I'm gonna tell you, be careful with that one. If you feeling you got a micro cheat, yeah,
hmm
yeah. Rhonda said it in the beginning that if you ain't ready, don't do it. Because again, guys, micro cheating is basically cheating, and that's the difference based on traditional standards or based on traditional stuff. What's your next one, Rhonda?
so my last one was, now again, mine wasn't tied to particular words other than the sleep one,
Yep,
but
yep.
so after all of that, then after you got your sleep together, make sure you communicate so that you could comprehend
Okay.
with the other person. So I don't know what podcast that will fall under. But that was my top five when I had the whole 30 seconds to come up with my list.
Yes. As y'all can see, the preparation that resident expert goes into to be
And
ready for the podcast.
but I think we take
And
that for granted a lot. I think we take that for granted a lot, the communication and then the comprehension, where
mm-hmm,
we don't know how to use our words, or we use too many words. And
mm-hmm,
then it's almost like you got to ask your spouse or your partner, what did you hear me say?
yes. Repeat back to me what I just said.
Yes, 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 yes. And so that communication and comprehension is huge. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that went in line with one of the podcasts or not, because I think we touch on that
Let's just
every week with it.
we touch on it every week. We touch on it
Hmm.
every week. I got two more podcasts, Ron, that I want you to think about.
Okay.
I got two more guys. We did the podcast on dating or being married to a narcissist. Yeah, guys, you better know, right? And then we also did a podcast on top professions for relationship success.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, one of the things y'all gotta understand is some of y'all are asking for a profession, but you ain't qualified to be with that professional. If you want to be married to a certain profession, you better understand that profession just as much as that person does. If you're gonna be married to a doctor, don't get mad at they on call. I was watching an Instagram reel, Larry David. He was sitting beside a doctor on the plane, and he got to know the doctor. They were all sitting on the plane, and then there was an emergency, and the passenger came on. The pilot came on and said, "Is there a
Mhm.
doctor on the plane?"
Mhm.
Larry David was like, "Hey man, you ain't gonna get up and help." He was like, "Man, you want to land on time or you want to work?"
Mhm. I'm
I ain't
off.
know. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, I'm off.
So
Mhm.
why am I saying this to you guys? We talked about dating a narcissist, and we talked about the top profession. We also got into, is your job killing your relationship? or are you killing your relationship and using your job? We see, right? We did a lot of different podcasts on this whole profession thing that make sure you're compatible professionally. Because the reason this person gonna turn into a narcissist is because if y'all ain't compatible professionally, the profession always has to win out. Because at his profession, he gets treated like a king. Outside of the profession, he may not get that, which is why he becomes a narcissist. Jump in there, right? Let me know. I know
No,
you got something to say before you are.
you a narcissist at a young age. That's point blank NZ period.
Not me. Not me.
Well, them the first ones to speak up. You are a narcissist that
A hit
develops
dog
in you
gonna
at a
holler.
young
A hit,
age.
a hit dog gonna holler around.
I know that's and you hollering. And so let's start there. Women, you are not turning somebody into no narcissist. Me and you are not turning a woman into they are that at a very young age. And
Mm-hmm.
I think that those are things like if I wish they had another color for warning outside of red flags because that's the one like you literally should be like, yes, I'm a narcissist. Like they should wear that on their clothes. I was talking to somebody today, and they were talking about how somehow we got on the LGBTQ plus community, and we got on drag. I'm gonna say drag queens.
Yep.
No. Transgender. And so somewhere they were
Mm.
saying that I don't know if it's Hawaii or where, but it's somewhere where you have to wear a tag that says I'm a boy because they look
Ooh.
so good, right? Because they look so
Yeah,
much
bruh.
like the real thing,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so and
Yeah.
you know, and I may have shared some stuff, like, you know, maybe somebody found out they with you know, it's just what it is. But like you had to identify yourself. And so you could take that into any relationship. Identify yourself, man. Identify who you are up front.
Got people dying out here, guys. If you don't die, if you don't, especially in the black community, you don't identify yourself, you getting killed.
Yeah.
If
And
y'all
so
don't realize, yeah,
on so many levels. And it's just not for that, but
yes,
just identify yourself with who you are. So if you know
yes,
that there are certain things that you can't take, again, let that person know. And because your friends don't want to hear about your stuff, man. Your friends don't want to hear
absolutely.
about that. Right. But then you also don't want to be that person that's walking in on your spouse or your partner tagging somebody or whatever word you want to
Yeah,
use. I don't know if it's safe to say tagging. Whatever they call it now. You thought
look,
they out here working and you see some cars pulling up on your ring camera outside. What's that about?
absolutely, guys. That's why I don't have no ring camera.
Identify yourself. You need to stop.
Identify round the right. Identify yourself, guys. Because one of the things, guys, why y'all getting a ring camera to watch your house the whole time? You with the wrong person. If you want to know what's going on at your house when you ain't there,
Put it on the back door.
right?
Mm-hmm.
You we think right now these people got a ring on their back door. Amazon dropping off at the back now. Look, I got two more. Ron, I got two more podcasts. I got two more. I got two more podcasts, guys. Your New Year's resolution. I'm gonna recommend this to everybody. Rhonda and I did a podcast on our dating apps actually hurting your chances at finding the right one. Guys, if you've been on the dating apps for more than 6 months and ain't found nobody, get off of the dating apps. The next one is church attendance hurting your relationship.
Yes, it hurt mine. That's why I got this call.
Rhonda, you ain't coughed once.
It's there.
Look, guys, the dating apps. If the dating app didn't work for you in 2024, guys, get off of it. Go
Then
to
why do
a
you say
physical
that?
site.
Elaborate a little bit more on that, because you know
Well,
this.
because again, guys, the dating app trend, y'all are dealing with an algorithm who doesn't want to see you get together. Their business
Oh,
is
they
based
need
on
you
you.
to. Oh, okay.
They need you to keep dating. If you have been on a dating app for more than 6 months, get off of it and start going to physical places, right? Look, guys, I want to see all of you guys together because that's why we talked about is church attendance hurting your relationship.
Yes.
Don't get off the dating app and go to church. Get off the dating app and say, where do I want to be socially? Because in essence, guys, that's where it's about. So if you're a single person with children, all that kind of stuff, you need to go to these physical places and make yourself available to meet new people. You need to go to in-person work events, whether you're volunteering at a charity or something like that, volunteering at a nonprofit, all that kind of stuff. Whether you decide to do the bar scene, whether you decide to do the restaurant scene, all these places you can go. But one of the things, Ronnie, you remember we did that is dating apps. Is dating apps hurting
Hmm.
your chances at dating? Guys, just know if I ran a dating app, why do I want to see you off the dating app? I make money the more you're on it.
But they
And so
also
this
may
is why
want you to refer people. You may be quick to refer people. Because I was telling one
well,
of my people I know, like, hey, like, okay, yeah, you own this app, but you love sports. Why not go to the sport? You know, here, and I'm sure it's like this in Tampa in most big cities. Charlotte has certain teams. That's their bar. Like that's where you go, whether
mhm,
it's NFL,
that's where you
NBA,
go.
whatever.
If you truly, yes,
So
if
why
you
not
truly like that
go
thing.
there? Your chances of finding you already got something in common. Don't mean that they
But
can't
Ron,
be
the
no
dating app,
narcissist.
but Ron, the dating apps and dating apps allow me to lie. That's why people don't want to get off of it. When you go in person, it's a lot harder than being on a dating app. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm tying those two
But
together
you
where the
get the you
dating.
get their energy though. You get their vibe. Like, you know,
Oh,
I
I
could take
agree.
forever to
I agree.
respond back to your message. I could sit there and think about it. I could sit up there and ask AI what I'm supposed to say
Mm-hmm.
before I respond. So
Right. Everything you saying is true, guys. The reason why I'm telling people to get off dating apps, if you haven't found anybody in 6 months, get off of it. Because otherwise you're an algorithm. Guys, why do we do certain topics? Rondo coming, where did you get that topic from? Well, guys, if people are searching for answers on certain products, or certain words, it's my job to provide that because that's
I
what
just
people are
thought your
searching
friends
for.
was special. Like they want us to talk about that.
Yeah, they want us to talk about it because that's what is getting fed to their algorithm. When you're on your Instagram, you can answer this shit. You can
Well,
answer
let's
this stuff to
spend the
be
next
sent to
year on
you.
perimenopause. Help me out.
But they ain't even know how old you were.
You ain't
Jesus.
gonna do that? That ain't trending. I think it's
Nah,
trending.
that ain't. No, I ain't an expert on that.
It's,
But guys, stay off of the dating apps after 6 months. It's not gonna work for you guys. Look, y'all have seen the Instagram reels with the red balloon popping,
mm,
right? Look, I can applaud what they're doing because even they realize, like, look, what is it telling you? A person making a decision if they want to be with you within the first 30 seconds, right? They pop that balloon before the person even say a word.
yeah.
And so if you don't understand, guys, stay off of these dating apps because in real life, I can stay on this dating app. Then we going back and forth. Then we meet, and the person, in essence, popping the balloon. Now, what do? You didn't just wasted time. Get off of the dating apps, guys. Dating apps are no different than Google and YouTube. They're search engines. They're nothing more. YouTube and Google are not sending you anything you don't want to see. But now, when I got to deal in reality, somebody popping the balloon. Ron and I did that. Are dating apps actually hurting your relationship? And then, guys, stay away from church. Church is an algorithm too. Church cares about your giving. They don't care about your deliverance,
And
right?
they sure don't
So
want
when
you
you're trying,
married if it's gonna pull you away from
it's
tithing
pull
or
you away.
serving or what have you.
It is
They
going
need you
to it
single
is
and
going
scared. They need you single and scared.
it's gonna pull you it's gonna pull you away, guys. And so that's why when we did that, and I'm gonna tell you like this, Ron. I'm gonna tell you like this. Rhonda and I done did a lot of relationship topics, right? The dating apps, church, and Ron, I'm gonna tell you like this because we gonna finish early tonight. My last one, since you said your last one,
Hmm.
Rhonda and I did a podcast. Should child support be abolished? And I'm gonna tell y'all like this: if you have somebody paying you child support, don't get in a new relationship.
Mm.
Don't get in a new relationship. Right? I'm going there, right? Because we talked about narcissists and all this kind of stuff. If you are in the child support system, do not come into a new relationship because the golden rule is he who has the goal makes the rule. The moment this person is paying child support, your relationship is not free anymore. Your relationship is always going to be dealing with that. And the moment you get with somebody, that person going to try to get her out of paying you child support. So either you want to be in the government system or you don't. Run. Those were the three: narcissists, dating apps, child support, and church attendance. Jump in there. Let me know what you think.
Mm.
Because often those four are interconnected.
What was that second one you said? Narcissist.
So remember, we did the
Oh,
narcissist.
the
If you're
dating
dating a
one, the
narcissist,
dating one, and then
dating
abolish
app,
child support.
church attendance, and abolish child
Oh, and
support.
church attendance.
If you want to be in a relationship, somebody serious, you got to get rid of the child support.
But again,
It's
but how? But
going.
I agree with you, but how do we take society out of it? Because people are influenced by social media and influenced by all these
Agree,
things, because all those things
agree.
apply and it makes sense. But people, human beings want what they want. And they feel like if you're not with somebody, then you're not complete. As many people
Oh, I
trying to
agree.
hook me up with people like, look, man, listen, at the end of the day, don't mess over me because I ain't got time.
And she, you
Yes,
don't know who you get.
you don't. And I'm okay with that. Right? I'm okay with that. But again, like
She
when
can
you
blow
have
out the hand, guys.
society that
Y'all see
wants
the
you in a
hand gesture.
relationship more than you want to be in a relationship, sometimes for some people that's pressure, unless
Stop
you
right there,
let
though,
them know
Ron.
where you stand.
Stop right there. Everybody who trying to put you in a relationship is in a miserable relationship. Everybody who trying to put you in a relationship is in a miserable relationship. Misery loves what?
Well, maybe they think I'm miserable because I'm by myself, but
Oh,
no,
no, no, no, no, no, no.
I'm just
They
trying to keep
letting
my
you
blood
know
pressure down.
They letting you know they're miserable. Anybody who trying to put you in a relationship, the most successful people I've met never try to put you in a relationship. It goes back to what Rhonda said in the beginning. Work on you, right? If you meet successful people, the first thing they try to do is keep you single.
Hmm.
Work on you. The more miserable a person is, they try to put you in a relationship. Those four guys, they're all intertwined. Dating apps, narcissists, church attendants, and what was the other one I said, Ron?
Mm.
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it already. Dating
Abolish,
apps
abolish child support.
and abolish child support.
Hmm.
Guys, if you want to be in a relationship with somebody, you cannot have child support intervening.
Or refer back to my number one. Refer back to don't,
What was the number one round of we got?
don't,
Look, we 40 minutes
dot,
in,
dot, dot.
guys.
Continue reading.
Either you want child support, which is meaning you're defined by your previous relationship, or you're gonna say, look, I gotta get rid of this child support because I gotta move on. Because guys, child support ain't for the child. Child support is to punish the person for breaking up. That's all. That's all. Child support is punishing people for breaking up with you, and you're mad that they left you
Hmm.
because you didn't want to have a child. You wanted this person. Now this person has left you. Those four things. Whenever you talk to people with child support issues, they always the main ones in church. They're gonna have narcissistic tendencies, and now they on dating apps telling you everything they gonna put up with. Jumping around. Tell
Well,
me what
yeah,
you think
because
on that.
we're all going to run into narcissists throughout our lives. Like that's a definite. If you don't,
Yeah.
you must be well, because you could probably still see them in a convent or something. Um, but yeah, but no, you. I don't know because it's not too many people out here who of a certain age who don't have kids already, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
chances of you meeting somebody without kids or what have you, that's pretty slim. And you don't know what their life experiences have been, and if you're going to marry them, you're also marrying the kids. Um,
Yes. Yes.
and so even with that, you don't know if the person with the kids are going to come after your spouse's checks,
Yes. Yes,
right? And
guys, you gotta
so
get rid of it. You
yeah,
gotta get rid of
so
it.
so
What
all of
I'm
that is
telling y'all is
intertwined.
it's intertwined. Those four things: dating apps, child support, narcissists, and dating apps,
Church,
child support, narcissists, and church. And no relationship can win. No relationship can stand that, guys. And I'm not here
but you
to
got to
judge
thank God
anybody.
though. You got to thank God for
I
bringing
agree,
this
but
person
God,
into
guess
my
what, guys?
life.
But
What He
guess
has
what,
blessed
guys?
me with.
God is in the marketplace. God is not at the child support place. And if this man got to start dealing with a man who paying you child support, guess what, guys? Any man who paying you child support, any woman who paying you child support, got access. If you don't get rid of that, you cannot complain about their access.
Yeah, because
The money is the access.
it'll shift how what job you apply for because you know they're gonna hit you for more
Absolutely.
if you know.
Guys,
So
I'm telling y'all. And I'm going to tell y'all like this, man, and I shouldn't be doing it, but when I get a letter that one of my employees are being chased down for child support, I already know they're not going to stay long. Because they coming because they thinking, okay, I'm it's like a runaway slave. They just bouncing from place to place trying to stay free. And once you get them the letter, hey man, look, I got to take this out of your check. What's what happened? They don't show up for their next shift or they put in a 2 week notice because they know they've been found. Now, what does that do for the new relationship? Now that just puts a burden on this new person who didn't sign up to deal with child support, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all like this: If you won't take care of your child by yourself,
Mm-hmm.
why are you even dealing with somebody else? Like at the end of the day, and again, guys, look, that's another story for another day. But those four things are intertwined. When Ron and I get together and we do these podcasts, what do we say? Real people having real conversation about real shit.
I was about to
Me
say,
and Rhonda ain't
but you can't cuss and you can't say certain words.
me and Rhonda ain't talk to y'all about nothing that people ain't going through on a daily basis. And the number one problem that's holding you back is your relationship. So with 2025, guys, what's your resolution? Y'all get down in the comment section. Let us know what your resolution for relationships are going to be in 2025. Rhonda, what's your takeaway for the night as we get ready to close this out?
Um, since you're gonna be in a relationship anyway, then whatever happens to you happens to you.
Hmm?
Until you will continue to make the same mistake until you learn it. So
Yeah,
learn yourself something, and do it when you're ready. Do it when you're
don't
ready.
rush into it, guys. Don't rush
Don't become
into
a
it.
single parent by mistake because you're out here trying to find love and then bam.
And don't become a lonely wife by mistake. Don't become a lonely husband by mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's worse than being a single mama? A lonely spouse.
Mm.
And that's what people don't talk about. My takeaway is, guys, my takeaway is implement numerology and astrology in your relationship because the one thing people are missing is that component. You got taught everything else, but there's no way anybody on your TV on the morning news can do the weather without being a certified meteorologist. They know everything that's going to happen with the
They
weather.
letting you
Why
know when
wouldn't
you can see Jupiter.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you want that for your relationship?
Mm.
And guys, it's out there, but you've been taught wrong about it. Just like I got taught wrong about it. And y'all know what it is, man. It's the Smoke Something, Drink Something podcast. I'm the Real Cigar Jeff signing off for 2024. Y'all do me a favor, man. Look down in the description. Make sure you follow us on the social, support the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I gotta thank my resident relationship expert, resident
Mm-mm.
mental health expert.
Mm-mm.
Y'all know the topics, man. Y'all know the title she got, man. Y'all, I gotta thank her for coming around. Let her know where they can find you at for the last time in 2024, and we gonna get back on this thing in 2025.
You can find me on Instagram at RMBLMBT or not.
Man, appreciate y'all being on, man. And until next time. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure, guys, if that button is black down there, hit subscribe because you've probably been unsubscribed, but subscribe again to us. We appreciate it. Support the channel, get the merch, do all that stuff for 2024. Let's all have a successful 2025. And until next time, I'm going to holler.
Happy smoking, drink it down. With your boys, it got you around. Feel the vibe, we're set to roll. Let's play, let's lose control. Sip a drink and smoke will swirl. Join the convo around the world. Relationships we dissect slow. Current